die Verbrennung der Amerikaner.
What is up, my beautiful mates of YouTube? My name is Aussie Marcel, and in today's video we're going to be looking at this budget $9 women's fragrance, Cosmo Designs Safari for her. Now, I paid $9.99 for this one, so it was very affordable. I actually have the listed notes for this one here, which is pretty rare for these $10 drugstore fragrances. But before I get into that, I will mention my fragrance of the day, and that is Prada L'Homme Intense. For men, this is, I don't know, the more I wear this, the more I fall in love with it. It's simply one of the best fragrances I've ever smelled in my life. It isn't for absolutely everybody, but the performance is incredible. It's a 12-hour plus scent. One spray is enough to get you through the day, but I usually reapply this one a couple of times just because I love smelling it so much. And I've really fallen in love with it after I shower. So I'll just have a shower, pop this on. So generally what I do is I'll have a shower, and then straight after I shower and dry myself, I will put this on, and there is just nothing better. Like, really. Usually I try and wear cheap stuff after I shower, like you know, Nautica Voyage or Nautica Voyage Heritage or Davidoff Cool Water. But there is a luxury to this fragrance that it works during the day, but like I said, there's just something about it after I shower. It's just pure luxury. It's got an amazing bottle design as well. Highly recommend checking this one out if you can. Prada L'Homme, the non-intense version, is just as good. It's just a little less lipsticky. It's got a little less of that iris quality to it. It's a little less earthy. But yeah, not a lot of earthy fragrances out there can be worn all year round, but this is a very versatile, earthy men's fragrance. Check this one out. So, Cosmo Designs Safari for women, Eau de Parfum, 100 ml, 3.4 fluid ounces. There's a men's one of this as well, and I believe it's a clone of Hugo Boss Man. I could be wrong about that one. I'll have to check once I go back there. Pink camouflage look. I mean, it's not the best, it's not the worst. I don't know, maybe it isn't so cringeworthy. I kind of like the color scheme, you know, pink, gray, and black. Those are basically my favorite colors right there. So I'll just read you out the notes here. Product details. Safari by Cosmo Designs is a sweet, fruity fragrance for women with top notes of lemon, orange, and pear, heart notes of passion fruit, strawberry, and cinnamon on a delicious base of patchouli, praline, and vanilla. So straight away, that sort of reminds me of Paco Rabanne's Black XS for women, and it also reminds me a little bit of the Paco Rabanne Black XS for men. I guess the real test here is seeing if it's worth the $10 I paid for it, or the $9.99 if you want to be specific. And here is the box without the cellophane. Not the best design I've ever seen. Yeah, it is very cheap looking. Again, I kind of don't mind the camouflage if I'm being really honest. I'm going to spray it on a tester strip, and I'm also going to spray it on my skin. Hopefully it doesn't poison me. Atomizer is very solid, I will say that. It sort of reminds me of like a Middle Eastern musk fragrance. Like, I don't get any oud here, but it sort of reminds me of like the opening of a lot of Middle Eastern oud, musky oud fragrances. It's actually not that bad, guys. One spray is all you're gonna need of this one. It does have wicked projection, like I can smell it all the way from over here. So that's like, I don't know, 3 feet maybe. Yeah, it does have like this Middle Eastern quality to it. I'm gonna have to see how it smells on the skin. Again, atomizer is very impressive. Patchouli and strawberry. Patchouli, strawberry, and like, I know oud isn't a listed note, but I get sort of like a cheap oud kind of quality to it. Maybe it's a wood that they're using or something like that. It's actually very attractive, and I would almost call this unisex. It is quite sweet, but it isn't so sweet that a man couldn't pull this off with the right outfit or the right sort of aesthetic. Yeah, I'm a fan of this one. Let me just smell it on the tester strip again. I could swear I've smelt fragrances like this. It definitely reminds me of Supreme Musk. I didn't bring this fragrance up all that long ago, if I'm being honest. Here's just the bottle. It's got a very like luxurious, fancy Middle Eastern look to it. And you can find Supreme Musk on eBay for less than $50 Australian. It's very similar. This is sweeter. I knew it reminded me of something. It's definitely this. Wow. Like side by side, they're very close to one another. Musky, sweet. I get like a touch of like synthetic, woody sort of oud quality from CD Safari for Women. I'd be interested to learn what they're trying to clone here, because it does have a very distinctly Middle Eastern sort of fragrance DNA here. Anyways, for $10, I certainly don't regret purchasing it. It's one of the better $10 women's fragrances that I've smelled. I can already tell you right now that the performance is going to be pretty solid as well. I don't know, I'm curious to hear if any of you guys out there have tried Cosmo Designs Safari for Women. If you have, let me know in the comments below. I want to hear what you guys have to say. And until the next video, my name is Aussie Marcel, and I'll catch you guys around.